Hello and welcome, my dear friend. You found this message exactly when you were meant to, and I promise you, it's not by accident. Close your eyes if you can, and listen to the version of you who's already walked through everything you're facing. I know that feeling, the one sitting in your chest like an unanswered question, the weight pressing into your ribs. You've been carrying it for so long you almost forget it's there, but in the quiet moments, it reminds you. The uncertainty, the wondering if things will ever truly make sense. Let me tell you something. I am you, echoing from a place where your unanswered questions have turned into constellations, where your what-ifs have been woven into the fabric of time. I see the thoughts you try to push away, the ones that creep in when the world slows down. I hear the silent conversations you have with yourself, the ones you never say out loud. I know, because I remember. And I promise you, every single moment you're living right now is necessary. You're a loving, compassionate, beautiful being, but I know it's hard sometimes to see it. Not because it isn't true, but because there are pieces that haven't fallen into place. You think you're lost, but what if I told you that feeling lost is the first sign you're about to be found? You think you're falling behind, but what if I told you that in another reality, you're already ahead? What if the very thing you think is holding you back is actually shaping you into something beyond what you imagined? Your struggles are not pauses, they are shifts. Every emotion you're experiencing is a bridge, not a wall. You are not stuck. You are becoming. You've felt it, haven't you? The strange pull towards something unseen, the quiet recognition of a moment before it happens, a song lyric that feels like a message meant just for you, a number that appears too often to be a coincidence, the way a certain silence speaks louder than words. You are more connected than you realize. This existence you're living, it's not random. It's a pattern, a code, a rhythm, and you are part of it. The things you dismiss as nothing are actually everything. That overwhelming feeling you get sometimes, the one that makes you question if anything even matters. It's not emptiness. It's your soul processing more than your mind can translate. You are absorbing, expanding, shifting into a higher frequency. And I know sometimes it feels like too much. But I need you to understand something. Your emotions are not a burden. They are blueprints. They are mapping out something bigger than you can currently see. They are turning pain into wisdom, fear into clarity, chaos into creation. The thoughts that make you question everything, those are proof that you are alive, that you are aware. And awareness is power. Do you ever wonder why the smallest things seem to affect you so deeply? Why certain words stick to your ribs like echoes? Why you can feel the energy in a room before a single word is spoken? It's because you are not just living in this world. You are feeling it, absorbing it, translating it in ways most people never will. Your depth is not a weakness. It is a superpower. The fact that you feel so much, that you care even when it hurts, that is proof that you are tuned into something beyond the surface. And yes, it makes life harder sometimes, but it also makes it more real. If you could see yourself from my perspective, you would understand. You would see that every single thing you're doubting about yourself is the very thing that makes you extraordinary. That hesitation you have, the one that whispers, "What if I'm not enough?" It's a lie. Because you already are. And those moments when the world feels like too much, the ones where you wish you could just pause everything for a while, those aren't signs that you're weak. They are signs that you are processing the kind of growth that can't be measured. Even the days when you feel like you've done nothing, those are part of the transformation too. Healing doesn't always look like progress. Sometimes It looks like stillness. I know sometimes you feel like you're alone in this, but if only you could see the way the universe is watching over you, the way every challenge is sculpting you into something unbreakable, the way even your moments of silence are being written into a symphony that hasn't been played yet. If you only knew how much is unfolding for you, not against you. The person you're becoming is someone you haven't fully met yet. But I have, and I promise you, they are worth every moment of uncertainty. I know you've had moments where you've questioned everything, where the weight of existence feels too heavy, where you wonder if you'll ever truly feel at home in this world. But let me tell you something. The fact that you feel this deeply, that you ask these questions, that you search for meaning in places others overlook, is proof that you are already on the path. The very doubt that whispers in your mind is the same force that will eventually lead you to clarity. What if your confusion is not a mistake, but a signal? What if every time you feel lost, it's actually life shifting you into the exact position you need to be? Look around you. Notice the smallest things. The way the light filters through your window, the way the air feels just a little different before something important happens. These moments are not coincidences. They are signs, patterns, glimpses of something larger that your mind is still learning how to translate. You are more connected than you realize. The thoughts that feel random, the dreams that stay with you long after you wake up, the sense that something is guiding you even when you can't explain why. You are not imagining these things. You are remembering. There is a version of you that already knows the answers you are searching for. A version of you that has seen beyond the doubts, beyond the fear, beyond the limitations you currently believe in. And that version of you is watching, waiting, whispering through moments of déjà vu, through the numbers that appear too often to be chance, through the instinct that tells you to keep going even when you're not sure why. You are not just walking through life. You are co-creating it, shaping reality in ways you don't yet understand. Your existence is not a passive experience. It is a force. And every time you think you are at your weakest, you are actually gathering strength in ways that will one day astound you. Think about it. How many times have you thought you wouldn't make it through something only to find yourself on the other side, changed, wiser, still standing? You are more resilient than you give yourself credit for. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every sleepless night where you felt like the universe had forgotten you, those moments were not empty. They were chapters, and those chapters were necessary. You are not just surviving, you are becoming. You are learning to trust yourself, even when the world tells you otherwise. You are learning to navigate the spaces between who you were and who you are meant to be. And yes, that in-between space is uncomfortable. It feels uncertain, restless, like standing in a doorway that hasn't fully opened yet. But trust me when I say the door will open. The silence you feel around you is not emptiness. It is the sound of the universe rearranging itself for you. One day, you will look back at this moment and see it differently. You will realize that every delay was a redirection, that every ending was actually an invitation to something greater. You will see that the things you thought were breaking you were actually shaping you into someone stronger, someone wiser, someone who carries light, even in the darkest rooms. And when that day comes, I hope you remember this. I hope you remember that even in your hardest moments, you were never truly alone. And most of all, keep going. Keep feeling. Keep trusting that even when things don't make sense, they are still leading you somewhere meaningful. You are not lost. You are in motion. And I promise you, where you are headed is beyond anything you have imagined. I love you. I remember you. I am you. and you are extraordinary. You just need to see it. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. If this message resonated, please like, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe to stay connected. Continue your awakening journey by choosing one of the videos on your screen that resonates with you the most. See you there.